Welcome back to another episode of Mama Mia's DIY Projects, episode number 3, Patio Transformation Part 2. My name is Mia and I believed I could, so I did. In my first patio transformation video, I added strong solar lights, ground solar lights, planters, and plants around the patio to spruce it up. In this second phase, I've added a sunshade and decorated using thrift store and Dollar Tree home decor items to make it personalized and cozy. I started off by removing the umbrellas and getting my work area together for this project. I went to the hardware store and purchased 3 2x2s and had them cut one of them in half because I wanted the height of 2 of the sunshade corners to be higher for allowing rain drainage. Then I laid out the sunshade to determine where I needed the stakes to go because it was going to be bigger than the actual patio. I then began digging a hole in order for the post to go down into the dirt at least 1 foot. This ground was really hard, so I needed to first water it and get the ground moist, and then I dug a hole. Because I'm not a professional and I am figuring it out as I go, I'm going to share with you my mistakes that I made. So I started by doing the extension after it stained and dried. I added the extension using a vice grip and getting this pole at least 10 feet tall once it cleared the hole. I then got the cement and water mixture together to put down in the hole with the pole to stabilize it. Then I added bricks to get it level on each of the poles at each corner. I got it level using a leveler to make sure it was straight on both sides. On the other corner where I needed an extension, I added using a vice grip and added the pole and got that all together. I was starting to lose sunlight, so I was rushing and trying to get this done before it got too dark, and then I realized the next morning I really did the wrong thing. So I took the extenders down because I needed to add the hook that would hold the sunshade up high, because once it was up 10 feet tall, I couldn't reach it. So I then came back and attached the extension to my pole, and then I measured to make sure that I was at least 10 feet tall on each of those corners that I wanted higher than the opposite 2 corners. This pole would hold the solar lights and the sunshade. This is me adding the hook to a shorter pole that was an 8 feet tall pole. So now I'm putting the sunshade up on all 4 corners. This sunshade was purchased on Amazon and it was 18 by 12 in width and length. And then when I was done, I was so proud. I did a little dance because I was so proud of me. For this second half of the video, I'm going to show you how I thrift store, Dollar Tree, paint, crafts, and made these very inexpensive items make my patio very cozy and homey and personalized. This first item is a piece of metal art that I found at the thrift store for $5.99, but because the colors were green, orange, and white, I wanted it to coordinate with my patio. So I used acrylic paint and put about 2 to 3 coats of each color and personalized to make it mine. Once it was dry, I sprayed it with a lacquer to protect it from the elements and let it dry. As you can see, these colors now coordinate with my patio cushions. This sign from thrift store cost, I think, $7.99, and it's the one that says she believed she could, so she did. And to hang it, I just simply screwed into screws into the back and then tied twine as a hook. To protect it from the elements, I sprayed it again with lacquer. It's wood, so it should be fine, but if it's not, it's cheap, so it's not going to break the bank if it deteriorates. These were 3 candle holders that I found at a thrift store. I spray painted them gray so they would stand out in contrast with the dark fence. And once they were dry, after a couple of coats, then I sprayed it with lacquer so to protect the paint from the elements as well. These are 3 tin pails that I purchased from Dollar Tree, drilled holes in the bottom so that when I watered the flowers they would drain. And these are sweet potato plants. They grow very easily as long as they get watered regularly. They are very good, beautiful plants for your garden. This was a plate that literally cost $1.99. It was plastic, but the colors coordinated with my patio. So I glue gunned some twine across the back so it would have a place to hang on the hook. I then measured the width of my patio to determine the center, because that's where I was going to start with a large piece of art and then work my way outward with smaller pieces of art. That's where I went and hung the letter M for Mamma Mia. And that came from my kitchen because its colors coordinated well. And then the other metal art hung well on that other third. And then between each of them, I was going to hang the planters with the sweet potato plants. Up in the corner is where I decided to hang the metal art that I painted in the coordinating colors. And then I went in the house and found another piece of thrift store art that I found. It's a beautiful butterfly that someone painted, and I hung it, sprayed it with the acrylic and hung it. And then this is the end result of my patio, a personalized, color coordinated, beautiful, cozy place that I call my own. That sign says it all. The secret to having it all is knowing you already do. So now my patio is shaded for summertime gatherings, personalized with beautiful home decor type art that was very inexpensive, DIY, thrift store, Dollar Tree. You don't have to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars to decorate and make your space beautiful and customized and cozy. You can do anything you put your mind to, and I truly believe if I can do it, you can do it. So comment, subscribe, and leave comments letting me know how this inspired you to do something really creative with your space.